Most Asian shares market advanced today, following overnight gains on Wall Street. But trading is choppy as investors grappled with high U.S. yields and China's cautious economic policy to pandemic lockdown. Spot gold fell 0.5% to its lowest level in a week, dragged down by higher yields. MSCI's broadest index of Asian Pacific shares outside of Japan rose 0.6%, its first positive session in a week, supported by gains in Hong Kong, which added 0.8%, and Australia, which was closing in at a record high, led by a 25% leap in Ramsay Health Care following a takeover bid from private equities giant KKR. Japan's Nikkei rose 0.9%, like other markets in the region, tracking gains Wall Street, where the three main benchmarks had their best days in over a month, helped by several strong earning results. The Nasdaq closed up 2.2%. This looked to be it for the share rally. However, as Nasdaq futures dropped nearly 1% in Asian trade, dragged by a plunge in Netflix shares after markets when the company reported its first fall in subscriptions for a decade. S&P 500 futures fell 0.4%, but Euro Stock 50 futures rose 0.2% and FTSE futures gained 0.15%. Netflix Incorporation says inflation, the war in Ukraine, and fierce competition has contributed to a loss of subscribers for the first time in more than a decade, and predicted deeper losses ahead, marking an abrupt shift in fortune for a streaming company that thrived during the pandemic. The company says it lost 200,000 subscribers in the first quarter report, falling well short of its forecast of adding 2.5 million subscribers, suspending service in Russia after Ukraine's invasion took a toll, resulting in the loss of 700,000 members. Wall Street sent Netflix stock tumbling 26% after the bell on Tuesday, and it raised about $40 billion of its stock market value. Since it warned in January of weak subscriber growth, the company has lost nearly half of its value. The lagging subscriber growth is prompting Netflix to contemplate offering a lower price version of the service, with advertising citing the success of the downdraft caught other video streaming related stocks, with Roku dropping over 6%, whilst Disney falling 5%, Warner Bros. Discovery down 3.5%. Well, China imported 321.380 tons of liquefied natural gas from Russia in March, steady from the same month last year, despite a steep fall in the country's total imports of fuel due to the high spot prices, according to Chinese custom data. China imported nearly 400,000 tons from Russia in February and 264,000 tons in January. The imports in March mostly involved deals agreed before Russia invaded Ukraine in late February. And China overall LNG imports fell 17% year-on-year to 4.63 million tons, the lowest in 2 years. China regularly imports LNG cargoes from Yamal project in the Russian Arctic, in which Chinese state-owned company CNP and CNOOC Limited own stakes. But last month, imports from the Shahang 2 project in Russia, Far East accounted for 59% of China's imports from Russia. China imported 190,000 tons of Shahang 2 LNG in March, tripling February total, while there has been no purchase from the project in January, according to shipping tracking data from Refinitiv. Japan, however, decided not to abandon the massive LNG project for the sake of energy security. And wrapping up the show now, oil prices on international markets rebounded today from sharp losses in the previous session, as concerns about tighter supplies from Russia and Libya dominated. While industry data showed a drop in U.S. crude inventories last week, U.S. West Texas Intermediate recorded a price surge of 1.18% to hit $103.80 per barrel. Brent sells at $108.40, recording an upward price margin of 1.07%. Bonny Light, on the other hand, has lost some steam, recording a price drop of 0.26% to sell at $106.80. For the OPEC basket, crude dealers offer $110.50 with an uptick of 4.21%.